Tonight, someone across the room will catch your eye. You'll feel your chest tighten. Your palms will sweat. You'll think this moment is yours to control. But the truth is far stranger. Your brain made the decision long before you did. Love isn't something you choose. It's something that chooses you. For millions of years, your ancestors faced a simple problem. Survival alone was nearly impossible. They needed to pair up. They needed to create children. They needed to stay together long enough to raise them. So evolution builds something into your brain, a chemical trap, a biological cage that feels like freedom. When you see the right person, your brain doesn't ask your permission. It just hijacks your entire nervous system. Neuroscientist Helen Fisher spent decades studying the brains of people in love. She scanned their heads while they looked at photos of their partners. What she found was shocking. The moment of romantic attraction, your brain doesn't light up like a rational decision-making machine. It lights up like an addict's brain. When you see that person, dopamine floods your system. The same dopamine that makes you crave food. The same dopamine that makes you crave drugs. Your brain is literally treating love like an addiction, and you are the drug. But dopamine is only the beginning. When you fall in love, your body doesn't just feel good, it feels desperate. Your serotonin drops. Serotonin is the chemical that keeps you calm and content. When it falls, you become obsessive. You can't stop thinking about them. You replay conversations in your head. You imagine futures that don't exist yet. You check your phone 50 times an hour, hoping they've texted. This isn't romance. This is a chemical hostage situation. Your brain has hijacked your prefrontal cortex, the part of you that thinks clearly, and replaced it with pure, obsessive biological need. Then comes oxytocin, the bonding hormone. When you touch that person, when you hold their hand or kiss them, oxytocin floods your system. It makes you feel safe. It makes you feel like they are the only people in the world who matter. Oxytocin is so powerful that it literally rewires your brain. It changes the structure of your neural pathways. Scientists have discovered that oxytocin makes you literally incapable of seeing your partner's flaws clearly. Your brain filters out information that contradicts your love. You see them through a rose-tinted filter that evolution installed in you millions of years ago. You're not being romantic. You're being neurologically deceived. And here's the thing that should terrify you. You can't opt out. Your brain evolved this system because it works. People who could fall in love harder, faster, and more obsessively had more children. Those children survived. Those genes passed on. Now you carry those genes. When you see someone who triggers your ancient attraction circuitry, your brain doesn't care that you have a list of deal breakers. It doesn't care that you've sworn you'd never fall for someone like them again. It doesn't care about your rational plans. Your limbic system, your ancient mammalian brain, overrides everything. You fall in love the way your ancestors fell in love 10,000 years ago. Completely, irrationally, and with no say in the matter. Neuroscientist Berit Brogaard calls this the love hack. Your brain has a specific set of criteria that triggers the cascade. Physical similarity to your parents, familiarity, the right blend of newness and safety, a voice that matches something deep in your memory. When those criteria align, your brain pulls the trigger, and you experience what feels like free choice. You think you chose them, but they chose you through your own neurology. The cruelest part is this: the obsession doesn't last. Dopamine eventually normalizes, serotonin recovers, the oxytocin flood becomes a steady stream instead of a tsunami. The person you couldn't stop thinking about becomes ordinary to you. The neural pathways that made you see them as perfect begin to allow flaws back in. After 3 to 4 years, most couples report that the passionate, obsessive phase of love ends. This is why early love feels infinite and late love feels like companionship. Your brain isn't losing interest, it's just returning to baseline. The drug is wearing off. But that's not the end. That's where real love begins. Once the neurochemical flood fades, You're left with the choice your ancient brain never accounted for. Do you stay? Do you build a life with this person knowing they're flawed and ordinary and won't trigger your dopamine system the way they once did? This is the choice your ancestors never had to make. They fell in love. They made children. They stayed together because resources were scarce and survival was precarious. You fall in love for the same neurochemical reasons, but you can choose to stay for different reasons, for commitment, for partnership, for the slow, steady love that comes after the madness wears off. This is why people who understand the neurology of love often make better partners. They don't expect their partner to always trigger dopamine floods. They understand that the obsession will fade. They build their relationship on something more durable than neural chemicals. They stay together because they choose to, not because their brain is forcing them to. Tonight, someone might catch your eye. Your chest might tighten. You might feel like you've lost control. And you'll be right. You will have lost control. But not forever. Your brain is running an ancient program. And you have the power to decide what happens when the program ends. You're not choosing to fall in love. Your brain chose that for you millions of years ago. But you can choose what to do about it. That choice, the one your ancestors never had, is yours alone.